starting route to Outback Steakhouse. In 7.7 miles, turn right onto Statesville Boulevard.
We're on our way to the steakhouse.
Yes. House of Steaks. This is really bright.
Yeah, your stosh is really bright.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they had horses over there.
Nice. Horses.
So this is North Carolina Highway South, 801. North Carolina Highway 801 South.
That it is. I'm gonna let this guy talk.
It's pretty much
what to do.
Well, I talk a lot anyway. It's hard for to shut me up. And now we're going out of Davie County into Rowan County, North Carolina, on Highway 801 South. Heading towards Statesville, North Carolina.
Going to get some steak. I don't know what to say. Other than me being hungry.
That road is Needmore Road. About the only thing you got right now is going on great is your hairstyle and your mustache. I don't know what you look like, but it reminds me of a TV show a long time ago, a children's TV show. I can't remember the name of it.
Really?
A girl that was all dressed up in pink, and there was a guy. It was Lazy Town, I think.
Lazy.
The guy there who was always jumping out, he had the curled up stash like that, same kind of look. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I can't remember his name. He had blue outfit and.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That's awful.
He was like the villain, I think.
Yeah.
Not saying you're the villain, of course, but.
Wow. This guy don't know.
That sounds like something a villain would say. You're not helping your case.
Didn't disagree. Would a villain have a smile like this? I think not.
Hold on. We got to bring up some Lazy Town clips to see if we can compare you.
Kind of want to do a POV of the car driving down the road. All I'd have to do is open the window and just stick the stick out for a little bit.
Yeah? As long as you don't drop
I'd
it.
do that. Here goes nothing. That's enough bravery for today.
Stay in the right lane.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm not the one driving.
You don't have a choice to stay in the right lane, do you?
Nope. I'll be your huckleberry.
This happens to be June 21st, the longest day of the year, 2025. A very hot summer day. in the foothills of North Carolina between the Tri-City.
This is the narrator over here.
Well, I could be singing, but that'd probably be worse.
Yeah. It's gonna be kind of bright earlier. So. Of course, I could probably go in somewhere and turn the setting down. I don't know if you can do that afterward.
Yeah, you can when you have it up on when you download it to, I can't remember the Insta360 Studios. Yeah, when you got it in the studio, you can do all that stuff to it. You can really go frame point by frame point, and you can get the direction which way you want the camera pointed as you go along. You don't just do it. You just play it, and you can move the camera to where you want it. Add waypoints. You can adjust each one where you want it. You can zoom in or out whichever you want it. And so it gives you maximum flexibility in exactly how you want it. Like for example, this video of course is 360, right? But you could take the focal point, for example, like I'm talking now, and move it toward you and me as I'm talking, and because that's where the focus of the video is. And you could also pan away and do various things. Let's go back over here. Somehow I probably hit a button.
You know, there's you can actually get an app too on your phone. Yeah, I had the Insta app.
Yeah, I have that. I have the Insta.
Okay.
The difference is though, you don't want to download the video to YouTube from that because it's the resolution is terrible.
You can set it to the 4K, 8K, whatever.
That is still terrible.
It is.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not. It does not work great. It's a lot better to do it on a powerful computer through the Insta360 Studio.
Okay. Gotcha.
The difference is you can't download it with the resolution and the different settings that it has in the studio versus the app.
Okay. Another perfect Saturday in the South.
One thing, I got some sun today, buddy. Out there.
Got a little bit. I tried, didn't work out. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do to get more tan before I go up to New York.
Well, it won't take much. This next week's gonna be 99 degrees every day.
Well, yeah, but I got work every day.
Well,
What I can do, wait till after work and just go outside.
At the next light,
lay
turn
on the
right.
ground.
The hottest day of the hottest part of the day is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So
Yep.
you can always go out for an hour or so, chill out.
Guess I could just go outside and walk around,
Yeah.
record or something.
Yeah. It's a 4-way stop, my man. Or woman.
I don't like 4 ways.
Yeah, I prefer them to be 3 ways, so 2 people can always guess at the same time.
Yeah.
At the light, turn right onto Statesville Boulevard.
Le Boulevard de Statesville.
Yes.
That was really good French.
The Boulevard is Statesville.
In about 14 miles, turn right onto Salisbury Road.
No. You just hit them extra gears, my guy. You
Sounds
gotta
like
flip
it's...
it over to your. You don't have it.
What's that, drive mode?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I do.
Yours is different. No, never mind. It is. It's there. I was confused. I come from a poor family. Every now and again, we can go out and get some good old steak, some good food at the restaurants. I've been pinching pennies, and we're finally heading out.
pinched them hard enough, they split in half.
Yeah. Now we got pieces of pennies left.
I was over there off Highway 64, and there's big old harvester tractors past me, the ones that fill up almost both the lanes, and everybody has to get behind them. And it was following another tractor, and I looked up, and there was like a 10-year-old boy, 11-year-old boy driving the big tractor.
Oh,
he was small. He was sitting up looking like this, little blonde-haired boy.
Yeah.
I said, well, it's God's country.
Yeah.
Out here in the way out in the country.
It's nice you can still have some childhood memories without it getting messed up by laws and stuff. But I guess if the cops had seen him, they'd still said something. Not care.
It depends, yeah. He definitely wasn't supposed to be on the major highway, on Highway 64, but I don't think he was following his daddy in a smaller tractor. His daddy was driving a smaller tractor ahead of him, and I guess they were trying to get the harvester home.
I mean, I guess, but at the same time, it is farmers have the right of way. I mean, because they're allowed to use their equipment and take it on the roads.
Right.
There's no laws against that. But I've never heard of any law saying a child can't operate a tractor. It said you can't drive a motor vehicle, but technically a tractor is farm equipment, not a motor vehicle.
That's right.
So
we used to be on the farm down there when my boss man, he had his little girl who was probably 10 years old, 11 years old at the time being, would drive the big 15 passenger van all over the farm.
Yep.
And we'd be out there, half a mile down the pasture and trying to get some work done somewhere, and he'd call up his wife and tell him to send the girl down there, and she'd get in the van. She had a block that she'd put her on her foot and strap on her foot to push on the brake and the
That's
pedal.
funny.
It was kind of funny, yeah. She'd drive the van up there with the wagon attached to it or the trailer attached to it and pick us up.
The sun's blinding me.
Yeah, I don't think your video
Y'all get to
quality's
see
gonna be good anymore.
Y'all get to see my pretty green eyes. Matches my tattoo.
That thing does have ability to use in sun glare. It's got different settings on there you can change it to, but I don't know if your video quality is going to be really good right now. You might want to
Probably not, but I mean,
close it off. You don't really want to make the videos too long.
yeah, but I want to make it to the restaurant at least, minimum, and then
You got 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's good talking then.
It don't matter if your video, but it's a lot of data.
Probably not going to upload it.
That's my point. You don't cut it off, or at least majorly edit it. Nowadays, it seems like though the best videos, unless you're doing a specific thing, the best videos are like those 3 to 5 minute videos.
I mean,
Unless you're going out somewhere, like I don't know, like you New Orleans videos, which are 15-20 minutes long, you can actually watch them if you got that much time to watch something.
well, that's because people don't have any focus.
Right. Yeah. Nowadays, social media, you just want to look at a quick little clip. It's true. Primo's Pizzeria. That's funny.
Hey, Carl, I want to get rid of this stupid tattoo.
Oh, and Daimler Chrysler, I'd like to work for them. They're probably going to pay some pretty good. Daimler Chrysler trucks in North America.
Oh, that was a 401k plan.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they offering any match?
I didn't see that. I mean, I read over some of it, but
Yeah.
there better be a match, otherwise it's not really very good. Well, yeah, they did, because it says unvested parts. The unvested would be the parts that they add to it, I'm assuming. So yeah, there has to be some kind of match. But
My company doesn't match. They offer 401k, but they don't match. Now I manage my own money, of course. So I wouldn't, even if they did. Now if they did match, I might do something just because it's a match. But to be honest with you, the returns I get on my money are better than most 401ks. So,
well, the reason I'd be interested in the 401k is it's money that gets put in somewhere over a period of time. If something ever comes up,
exactly.
I'll get that. But versus me investing in my myself,
You'd be too tempted to use it.
yeah.
And more volatile, yeah. It definitely investing in yourself. It could be as simple as just putting it in an index fund. But if you're going to do that, you might as well just do the 401k. Anything else is very risky, and if you don't know what you're doing, even if you do know what you're doing, you're probably going to lose a lot of money at first.
Yeah.
Most, and I mean most, like 99% of traders lose a lot of money when they try to manage their own money first. You know, I typically don't like to invest in crypto because for the most part it's so illiquid. A lot of the times it's so hard to get in and out of without a lot of loss. But I think I did, every once in a while I'll buy a coin here or there, one of the major coins like Solana or Ethereum or something, if I think that it drops low or it's a good buying opportunity. But I did end up buying some Solana this last weekend when it just a small amount for the via the portfolio, only like a 1% allocation. And if it makes $30 or $40, I'll sell it out the best I can. I don't really want to hold it long term. I don't really care where it goes. It's just a trade.
Yeah.
I'm not one of the crypto bros.
I'm just looking to get back into gold and silver again.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Heavy. I got rid of my gold backs. Had a guy at work that was actually interested in them. He was wanting to buy them from me, but the time frame I needed the money wasn't panning out, so I had to get rid of them beforehand, which, I mean, it gave me extra, but
Still was a losing thing overall.
yeah.
Lost a lot of money on it. If you could, you know, figure out how to do it without losing money, I would go for it. But it just seems like,
Well, I'm not really, the losing money part's not really the thing. Unless if I'm going to sell it, that's the only time it really matters. But when I'm investing to begin with and buying it, that's money that I'm losing already. So at that point, that money's gone. But if I put it into the gold backs, it's not gone. I get part of that money back. A large portion of that money gets back. So I'm still investing, it's just not dollar per dollar. So it's still a return. Versus no return at all if I'd have just spent it on something else like food or whatever.
yeah, I understand what you mean. Yeah. You're not necessarily worried about a positive P&L, a positive your money earning a positive over time. Even if it loses some, at least you had something put back. Is your point?
Yeah.
Right. And that's understandable. And if you like gold, it interests you and stuff, then I would definitely go for that. Just understand it's not very liquid when it comes to getting rid of it. So if you have to do it quickly,
Well,
it's not easy.
Really
Should
depends.
be.
It depends on how I plan on using it.
Yeah.
So with the gold backs, if I decided to save up gold backs and get a bunch of them over time, I could take and plan a trip somewhere that majorly accepted gold backs, and I could use those gold backs on my trip, and that would curb the cost of the trip because I had all this saved back, so it'd be less cash that I would have to use. Plus, it'd be fun being able to use the gold backs as
Yeah. It's a very specific thing. Yeah, I think, like you said, some of the resorts, like Orlando resorts.
I don't know about Orlando. Well, maybe. It's possible Orlando resorts could accept it because they do have the Florida gold backs now. But at the moment, I don't think it's really widely accepted at Florida resorts. There's a few places that's accepting them, but I just hope sooner or later people will use it more, like actually open up to it versus, because they're thinking about cash, like what is a gold back? There's a lot of people that don't really know what it is because they don't use it, which that gives room for people like pawn shops and
take advantage
coin places to just use it as trying to make money on the product versus it having its set value, which every gold back has a certain set value. Like right now it's like $6 or something per gold back.
But it's
and
only...
it's a set value. It's every day it changes based on the amount of gold backs and the value of gold.
Right.
But it's set, so it has a value just like your normal currency, but people don't know that. And like I said, coin shops and dealers are taking advantage of that.
Yeah. Even if people did know it, like you knew it, but you still had to accept a loss because if the product's so liquid, you can't get exactly what you want unless you go to a specific place.
But
and that's pretty much the point. You know, when I deal with products, I have a problem sometimes. I'm in a trade right now where it's illiquid. The bid and the ask are so wide that while it should have a certain price that I believe, that's the reason I'm trading it, it's not easy to get out of that trade. I have to wait for someone to come along to that price. So the problem with dealing and trading with illiquid products or having illiquid things is not that you can't get your price or that you can't go to a specific place. It's that the timing, you can't get out when you want. You can't get the price you want when you want it immediately, whereas if you deal with something liquid, it's easy to maneuver around, it's easy to get in and out of, it's easy to trade it without getting taken advantage of, and that's kind of the point. So, but if you're dealing with something like that, you know the risk you're taking, you know that if you have to liquidate it to get money, then if you can't do it at a specific place, you're going to lose on it because of the illiquidity, because of the lack of people that are dealing in it at what it's supposed to be running at.
Yeah. Well, with gold backs, like I said, there's a set price, but like if more companies utilize gold backs, there's the gold back exchange. So the company themselves can send their money or their gold backs that they procured from customers. They send them in and they get that set value back in cash.
Okay.
So there is a trade. You just have to go through the actual company to get that value, or people that stick to the price of the gold back. They actually honor that price.
Right.
It's very simple. Just people choosing not to do it, or they don't understand it.
Yeah.
Because with gold backs, a lot of people don't really understand gold backs because of the gold aspect of it. They're looking at the value of the gold that's in that bill. Like, oh, it's not worth that much. This little bit of gold's not worth that much, but that's not. It's basically like our currency, the United States dollar. It has a set value, so that's what it's worth. The paper itself is worthless. It's just a piece of paper and fabric, but it still has a set value.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, and the price of gold has more than doubled in the last couple of years, last 3 years, which is really unbelievable if you think about it. Gold itself was trading for about $1,700, $1,800 an ounce a few years ago, 2022, 2021, and it's more than doubled. It went up to $3,500 an ounce. It's resting somewhere at $3,300 an ounce as of today, which is staggering if you think about it. And a lot of people have flocked to gold. Central banks are using it more in their reserve currency, which is kind of interesting, moving away from U.S. treasuries. I don't know if that'll last long or if it'll keep going, who knows. But I think that the price of gold will remain sticky for a while, sticky on the upward side.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Salisbury Road.
You see all these little signs around everywhere, like the historic signs.
Yeah.
And I know there's one in Coolamy. It says historic Coolamy this way. Like, what does it look like in historic Coolamy? Is it?
Yeah, I saw that too.
Is anything special over there? Or?
Well, it's where the old mill was. It's a lot where the old mill house is, and there's probably spots over there. I haven't been down that way specifically, but I hope there's a little museum down there because I'd like to take that Navy jacket and the diary and a couple of the things down there to that, because it would be nice to know that this person who worked in this mill for years and his family and some of his history. And
I went down to the building earlier. That one little room, there was a radio on the wall. It seemed like it wasn't working, but I messed around with it and it started working. So
Go past this light. Then at the next one, turn right.
So I was listening to country music a little bit, and I found like one of the lights on the ceiling. I couldn't figure out how to turn the other light on because I couldn't find a switch, but there's a button on the ceiling to turn one of the lights on, but I couldn't get the other one.
Oh, okay. You know, it's weird. Isaiah went out there. We couldn't get, me and Mike didn't have any of the lights working. Isaiah spent out about 20 minutes. And
At the
figured it
light,
out.
turn
All-
right
all
onto
along.
Salisbury
Really?
Road.
Got the breaker working and everything. And me and Mike asked him how he did it. And, you know, he's only 10 years old, 11 years old now.
Yeah.
He went out there and somehow didn't fry his hands, but he went in there.
In
I was
half a
worried about
mile,
is what I
turn
meant to
right
do.
onto Folger Drive.
He figured out how to put the fuse back in an old breaker box, and
Oh yeah.
it still works.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't find the switch on the other one, but I seen a lot of the wires are frayed and decayed, so I didn't want to mess with them. I didn't feel like dying, so I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna stick this here in this socket. So,
Look at all those old cars stacked up in there. Look at that. That's pretty
oh
wild.
wow, that's cool.
It almost looks fake. It's so
Yeah.
cool. That's a lot of used cars.
Why is that a thing though?
What's that?
Just stacking up old cars.
Well, they're using it in that foundry there. That's a big old metal foundry. Yeah.
Oh, so they're just melting it all down.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. It's weird.
And you got a friend in me. They're pulling from Bernie. That's an old sticker.
Yeah.
Old Bernie Sanders. You don't see that very often down here in the South.
Turn right onto Folger Drive.
Statusville.
Statusville, Carl. Status. States.
I'm gonna go right by the place we bought the car at.
In half a mile, turn right onto Cinema Drive.
The Hyundai place, right?
Hey, look there. That's my new car, Carl. Dirty Law.
Hyundai. This car was born here.
My car was born here.
Back to your natal roots there, car.
Yeah. Natal roots.
I don't know what that means, but it
Yeah.
sounds good.
Turn right onto Cinema Drive, then take the next right into the parking lot.
We are here. That is the Outback Steakhouse.
Heck yeah.
There are mucho people here.
About to go get my steak on.
You were here first. I don't know what that place is. Oh, that's pretty good. The pizza part.
Yeah. Why do they have these big giant hotels in places like this?
Because it's right off the interstate. That's the major 77 and also 40 are coming together right here. Major intersections going east and west, north and south. You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. Get down here so we can roll out. Fat boys can roll downhill. And we're here.
Autobots, roll out. Well, we're here at Outback, and businesses are anal nowadays, so bye.